Nos vestis, clothing for the new world. Those of you who know me, you know very well that I have an affinity for nature. And not just nature, but I myself, I'm a goddamn farmer. I don't know if you know this. You know, I got 25 acres of land that I'm farming back home. One of these days, you guys are going to see me down there, living organically, walking through the jungle, just like how I'm walking through here, through nature. No matter where I go, I take nature with me, I'm telling you. And that's what keeps me tranquil. It's my sanctuary. It's where I find my peace of mind, where I, get my creativity, let the mind flow, the wind blowing inwards from the lake, from the sea, from the ocean, just beating your skin, and you feel it, and you can smell the water, and you can hear the birds flying around. You can hear the joyful people talking around. It's an ecosystem that is just unique to its own. And I'm not unique to my love affair with nature. I'm not unique with my love affair for the beach. I'm not unique with my love affair for taking a walk in the wilderness. And there are a lot of people out there that are just like me, and you probably one of them, right? So and I was thinking about what can I say about the beach, when it comes to health and fitness, and there was just too many things, and as always, when you have a lot of things to say, the problem is how do you articulate them. So I realized, you know what? Look here, there's nothing that I'm going to be able to say about the beach and about nature that has not been said already. So why don't I just quote what other people have said? And so this episode, if you will, I want to share with you some of the quotes that I'm sure some of you've heard some of them before, and maybe you haven't heard some of them before, but they certainly leave an impression, and somehow allows you to connect, with what's being said, and you can almost identify yourself in some of these quotes. So let's begin with some of these quotes and see, what other people have said, because sometimes you want to articulate something and you realize somebody has already articulated it better than you. And we hear them, we put them on our t-shirts, we use them as captions on our Instagram photos, and we recite them over, dinner, a glass of wine, whatever, you hear these things. As I said, sometimes it resonates with you, which is what I've already said earlier on. So I'm going to say some of the authors. You recognize some of the authors. Some of them are unknown, but you probably recognize the quotes. Here's one, and the author is unknown. So let's begin. The ocean breeze will leave your mind at ease. I mean, what can you say about that? It's exactly what I was saying earlier on. This is sanctuary. This is where I get my peace of mind, and this is where my creativity flows, right by the water. And that resonates with me clearly. I love the way the breeze is always blowing inland, jingling the wind chimes, and the fact that you can smell the water even before you get there. Here's another quote that I love. Live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the wild air. That was by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Okay? Beautiful quote. Okay? What better life advice could you hear than this speech quote from this guy? Okay? It's some of the best advices around. Too often we spend too much time in our front of our computers and couches and coffee shops. Okay? It's not that these are bad places to be, but you gotta admit it, swimming in the sea sounds much better, right? Drink the wild air, right? The breeze just fucking, and you take it in. Priceless, right? Here's another one. Listen to this. Joy fills my soul when I walk upon the shore. Let me say that again. Joy fills my soul when I walk upon the shore. But don't you agree with that? Eh? Don't you feel that way when you're at the shore? I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. That the author said it. Both verbal and non-verbal communication is quite apparent on the beach, on the boardwalk. Walk around the beaches, and you will see all kinds of different people, and you see the joy in their faces and in their bodies, and people jogging by. Some people are reading, some people playing volleyball, some people, sunbathing, kids running around also, old people taking walks. No wonder our next author said what he said. And this is what he said: the sea, once it casts its spell, holds one in its net of wonder forever. You hear that? The sea, the water, the beach, once it casts its spell on you, it will hold you in its net of wonder forever. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Now, you know, sometimes you can put these quotes that I just mentioned on the net and the author will show up. So you can look that up. You can look that one up and see who said that one. Jack Yves Cousteau, an explorer. His many underwater documentaries and books and television appearances support this. Inventor of the aqua lung, you know it, a scuba regulator. If you have ever been fascinated by underwater discoveries or scuba diving or vacation, you gotta thank this man. He opened up a whole new world of undersea life to the general public. He developed that so that you could freely explore the underwater. So you know what he's talking about when he's saying that quote. Here's another one. This is by Arthur C. Clarke. Some of you know him. Who's Arthur C. Clarke? A novelist. Okay? You might remember a movie called A Space Odyssey, 2001. He's the author of that. What did he say? He said, how inappropriate is it to call this planet the Earth when it is really the ocean? He said this planet was the ocean and they should rename it and not call it the Earth, but rather the ocean. The fact is, 70% of the planet's surface is water. So he's 100% correct on this. Okay? This guy was so skilled at taking complex science and science fiction ideas and stating them in a way that both easy to understand and a joy to read. And he cleverly points out the obvious and makes it fun. You hear me? Here's another one. I don't know who the author is, but I like it. Walking through the surf, the sea sneaks up behind me and shows me its love. I mean, this is just right. There's times when you just watch people on the beach and watch this very thing happen. A person walks far out into the surf because the surf has fooled them into a false sense of security by being shallow, and then make the mistake of turning their back on the water, and the water sneaks up and gets them. Oh, look closely. Close your eyes, and you've seen that before. Right? Right? Oh, yeah. It can sneak up on you in many ways. You have to have respect for the sea. You got to have respect for the water. You got to have respect for the beach, the rocks. And you're walking on the rocks, man. And Dennis Wilson, a member of the Beach Boys, very famous band for some of you that are young bucks. This is what he said. On the beach, you can live in bliss. Dennis Wilson says this, and I agree with it. Short and sweet, and if anyone is qualified to make beach courts, it would be a member of the Beach Boys. Not only a member of the Beach Boys, Dennis was in fact the actual surfer in a musical group known for their surfing songs. Everybody going surfing. Is it? Am I right?
Learning too
Maybe I'm
much
wrong. Who knows?
today.
But you know the Beach Boys. Now
Learning
hear
too
this.
much
Here's
today.
another one for you. Listen. To go out with the setting sun. To go out with the setting sun on an empty beach is to truly embrace your solitude. Did you hear that? Jean Moreau, actress. I don't know. But if you're on the West Coast, like some of you are, you're treated to amazing sunsets almost daily, and you're lucky that way. It's actually quite entertaining to watch the huge flow of people head out to the beach at about 10 minutes before sunset and then flow back in like 10 minutes after the sunset. We have this
Can't
right here,
really do shit.
right here at the Don Jail. Every summer night, you can go there right now, every evening around when the sunset is going down, and you will see people seated right up on the hill watching the sunset until it disappears behind the buildings of the city, downtown Toronto here, GTA, and the lights of the city lights come up. And then it's another form of beauty. But of course, this is the artificial one. But people come out there for what? The sunset. Absorbing it, the life giving sunset. You get that a lot on the beach. Point. Listen, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Share my videos. I'm trying to build up my channel. Become a member. Membership has its privileges. I do art. I carve sticks, as you can see, walking sticks from African mahogany, strong wood. This stick will last you forever, and you'll definitely be walking in style. Okay? Just like moi. You understand? You want a family portrait? I can do that for you. All right? Holla at your boy. You can contact me Facebook, Instagram, on social media, or just Google my name. I'm there. I'm easy to find. But become a member of the channel, subscribe, share, and let's build a community of health and fitness, disease prevention, health maintenance, and health rehabilitation. We're talking about nutrition, we're talking about rest, and we're talking about exercise, right? We're just breaking it down into a pyramid for you, right? I've been doing this for 40 years. Love what I'm doing. I walk the walk, I don't just talk it. Folks, I'm almost 60 years old. Allow me to brag. I'm almost 60 years old. How old are you? 20, 30, 40, 50? And you don't look nothing like me. What do I know that you don't know? What secrets do I have that you don't? Well, unless you become a member, unless you subscribe, unless you ask, unless you inquire, you're not going to know. But I'm giving you the offer, okay? No matter how old you are, we can get this done. Everybody's got to start somewhere. That's the beauty of this health and fitness thing. Never too late to start. So until then, I love you all. Subscribe, subscribe. Let's grow the channel. I'm going to be posting daily so that you can also get the notification as soon as I post. Okay? Look, I'm going to continue taking my walk on the beach and enjoying nature. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Maybe next time I'll be in the gym pumping some iron. Hopefully, you too are taking your walks as often as you can. And hitting the gym as often as you can. And remember, if you need help, reach out. This is what I do. This is my hobby. This is my passion. It will be an honor to get you where you need to go with your health and fitness goals. Okay? Until then, salute. Subscribe, 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 and share the video. Yeah. Nos Vesties, clothing for the new world. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.